Good evening, everybody. This is Lynn, and we're back with some more the Talos Principle. And in case there's anyone who happens to, without watching the previous videos, the reference to the title is not that I think the computer is necessarily devious. It's that I have a theory that we're in, or that the story is an allegory of the Adam and Eve story. So what I mean is that the computer is the devil trying to tempt me. Okay. Will this open up for me so that I can get the other two shapes that I'm missing? I don't know. Lots of text. All right, computer. Chat log 9787. Lana 123. So I think, what's the point, right? Omar. Yeah, I keep thinking about my aunt. Have I told you about her? Lana 123. I don't think so. Omar. She's super rich. Like, she drives around in a ridiculously expensive sports car, and she goes on vacations to the Bahamas. And she has a huge house that feels more like some sort of corporate headquarters than a home. She worked really hard to get all that, but she also screwed over a lot of people, including her own family. I used to be quite angry at her for what she did to my parents, but now I think, what did she get out of it? She and her husband are always fighting. Their son became so obsessed with money that he ruined his own family. I mean, yeah, they have everything that I always dreamed about, but they can't enjoy any of it. Lana 123. My grandfather was like that. Omar. And now at the end, what does any of it mean? If you have all the money in the world, but you die alone and unloved, what did you accomplish? I don't get it. I just don't. Norwegian Blue. From Rob McLean to Ian mailing list, subject Norwegian Blue. Hi folks, I'm sorry to say that a few hours ago I experienced the first symptom. I'm going to work until the end of the week to make sure EL is in perfect condition, but after that I'll be going back home. I will remain reachable via email and phone for as long as possible, but I'm confident Satoko can deal with anything that comes up. If you want to do me a huge favor, spare me the drama tomorrow, okay? I love you all, but I don't have the strength for sad smiles and hugs. The best remedy for sorrow is to get the job done. And now for something completely different. Cheers, Rob. Linked attached, dead parrot sketch. Yeah, I think that refers to the Monty Python sketch where the parrot is dead, but the shopkeeper that the person takes it to is in denial. I can't quite remember the full context. But this is our first real clue about the apocalypse or apocalyptic scenario that has been hinted at, but now apparently there's some kind of virus, sickness that people get, and once they get it, they're dead. So this guy got it, and he's about to go home and I guess die in peace. I definitely got the impression that these people are going into an office building. So has it come to the point that he's contagious and he'll be spreading it to the rest of the workers? Osiris 21. So, Hearing the call of the morning birds as they greeted the dawn, the scribe spoke. At the end of your journey, when every trial has been completed, when all the gates have opened before you and your soul, you shall become an Ak, and awaken in the eternal reed fields of Osiris. And there, in Holy Aru, you shall begin a new life amongst the gods and other blessed spirits. And who will I be? The dying man asked. You shall be the memory of all that was, and the knowledge of the journey and the shape of the days to come. Thus ends the tale of the dying man and the scribe, praised by Osiris, the foremost of the Westerners, the king of eternity, the lord of everlastingness, whose Ka is holy. Cuts off. Alright, let's exit. Okay, my primary goal for this this particular episode is just to make progress on the story. So I might skip some of the... I will probably skip the red ones since they're have the high difficulty. Oh, let's go over here. What is this?
On the first night, when I knew it was over, I went out to look at the stars. And I thought, somewhere up there are the stations we built and the probes we sent out. Voyager 1 and 2, beyond the edge of our solar system, continuing their long journey through interstellar space, like memories of our ambition, ambassadors who have outlived their homeland. And then I thought, if they still exist, are we really gone? If machines are an extension of the human body, then so long as they continue to function, we're still here.
Maybe. I have found just one voice of reason in the computer archive of all places, and it seems we are becoming close friends. Dog. Funny that, dog. Do not befriend the serpent, for it will penetrate your breast and sow its seeds of doubt. That... Faith. That almost... Well... It confirms my theory of the computer being the serpent. But when I say confirm, I mean this person, this bot, who knows, thinks that the computer is also the serpent. But is that actually true? Because I also was thinking the other day that maybe the serpent is also... The computer is also Elohim kind of testing the waters with each of us. There is no hope. Always boxed in. Walls everywhere. Even where there seems to be freedom, it is false. Invisible walls. No way out. Who invited this guy? The other guy. The other guy, this is the first time I've seen a message from you. Okay, there was another message. Yeah, over here. Oh, there's more. There's a lot of messages here. The tools to overcome this place have been provided to us. We need to learn how to use them. Thornbot. If you're trying to outsmart the guy in the archive, the answer is none of the above. Dog. Oh, I think this goes right to left. Or left to right. Question. Suppose for sake of argument, all of this is without purpose. The universe is a machine switched on and abandoned long ago. How to explain what I see? Sheep. Perhaps you're asking the wrong question. Perhaps you would have no hope of explaining it. The shepherd. Maybe not on my own. Sheep. Depends if the machine is iterative and what problem it was built to solve. Always right. And then this one. If you're trying to outsmart the guy in the archive, the answer is none of the above. Dog. Okay, here's another audio cue.
How do you solve a problem that extends beyond your own lifespan? That question may be the essence of civilization. The only answer I can find is to initiate a process, to create an environment in which the solution will occur independently of yourself. But that requires a difficult sacrifice. letting go of your desire to bear witness, to exist at the center of the cosmos. To participate in the project of civilization is to accept death. You're such a fun person.
A lot of minds here, basically. Come on. Oh, what? What does placing a box on top of these things solve? Oh, I think I know. I'll wait for it to come back. Damn it. Okay. There. Ah, yeah, there we go. What does this do? Oh. Ah, good grief. Bouncing side by side. Nope. Zomber. How's it going? Dang it. Crap. I knew I was forgetting something. There we go. Seems like there's always something going wrong. You haven't missed much. I mostly read some text and I solved about one puzzle, and that's about it. So, it definitely hasn't been long. I'm trying to figure out, so... Yeah, so there's this here that opens this door, but I don't see a red light to connect to. So I'm just very confused about how opening that actually works. I thought I would find something along the way, but I'm not. I'm good. How are you? How's it going? Yeah, this looks like it should.
Made the world. I am the words. The words are everything. Where the words end, the world ends. You cannot go forward in an absence of space. Repeat. In the beginning were the words, and the words made the world. I am the words. The words are everything. Where the words end, the world ends. You cannot go forward in an absence of space. Repeat. In the beginning were the words, and the words.
Okay. That's bothering me. And it definitely kind of feels like if I step any closer or further away, I will die. However that can be described. Failure state. Oh, here we go. Here's a text thing I didn't see. Few come this far, but I believe we must seek out the secrets of this world if we want to truly serve the generations to come. Yeah, what's this guy doing out here? Okay, second thesis. In man, as the only rational creature on Earth, those natural predispositions which are intended for the use of his reason should be completely developed only in the species, not in the individual. Reason in a creature is a faculty for extending the rules and purposes of the use of its powers far beyond natural instinct, and knows no limits in its design. Yet it does not act according to instinct, but requires trials, practice, and instruction in order to progress from one degree of insight to the next. Therefore, each human would have to live excessively long in order to learn how he could make full use of his natural capacities. Or, if nature had given him only a short term of life, as she indeed has, so she would require a perhaps unpredictable series of generations, each passing its enlightenment to species to the degree that she considers appropriate. And that point in time must be, at least as an idea, the goal of man's efforts, for otherwise his natural capacities would have to be regarded as largely meaningless. Immanuel Kant. Boundary. Archive, Samuel Johnson. What, said he, makes a difference between man and all the rest of the animal creation? Every beast that strays beside me has the same corporal necessities with myself. He is hungry and crops the grass. He is thirsty and drinks a stream. His thirst and hunger are appeased. He is satisfied and sleeps. He rises again and is hungry. He is again fed and is at rest. I am hungry and thirsty, like him, but when thirst and hunger cease, I am not at rest. Segment 4. Then, raising his eyes to the mountain, "This," said he, "is the fatal obstacle that hinders at once the enjoyment of pleasure and the exercise of virtue. How long is it that my hopes and wishes have flown beyond this boundary of my life, which yet I never have attempted to surmount?" Sorry. Robots. There once was a robot from Spain who went a little insane. It found that its data had never left beta and needed to upgrade its brain. There once was a robot from Japan whose eyes the numbers could scan. It found that the facts required an axe and a very serious plan. There once was a brilliant AI whose circuits were built not to fry. It got caught in a loop. It got caught in a loop. Sounds like our version of AI. So now that okay, there's a bunch of pillars. I'm gonna go around to all of them, or at least the ones that I've...
were the words, and the words made the world.
Okay, are they all the same?
Words are everything. Where the words end, the world ends. You cannot go forward in an absence of space. Repeat. In the beginning.
Okay, I'm going back. Is that a rock out there? What is that? Did someone leave a message? Oh, they did. No way out, no way out, no way... Indeed. A little? A little philosophy? Like a lot of philosophy. Oh. What is this? Another huge pyramid. What mad ambition it must have taken to build such things. It's just a big pile of rocks. Dog. And this was V17. Well, I need something to be able to power this. But how? And what is even up here? This game really likes existentialist philosophy. I'm not gonna lie, existentialism was never really my favorite. Damn it. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way for me to take a box from here. I cannot just throw this over, apparently. I mean, it is interesting up to a point. The problem with existentialism is that you're pretty much going around in circles. It's just a bunch of theory. There's nothing really tangible to it. And that's kind of what frustrates me, because you're just basically talking in circles. And that can get really old after a while. Okay. I came in here hoping that... Oh, this is a jammer. Duh. Here we go. This is quite the elaborate puzzle. Come on. Get out. There we go. Okay. Alright, I got everything. Or at least everything so far. probably how to solve. All right. There. Yay! I'm not a total moron. I can complete some hard puzzles. But the goal here was not to do hard puzzles. The goal was to move the story forward, which I don't think I can do with hard puzzles. Okay. I'm a little bit concerned that the puzzle will completely reset. I'm trying to see, because the thing is that there's... Okay, it didn't totally reset. There is... The computer is interested in talking to me. Excuse me. I solved existentialism. Woo! Where is that? Oh, the red thing that I was thinking of was in one of these other puzzles towards a star. Oh boy. Another talk with the devil. Here's what I've been wondering while you were off carrying out commandments. You say that consciousness is some kind of functional system. Arrange bits of matter in the right order and out springs sentience. That's all very well on paper, but if what counts is what something does, not what it's made of, then couldn't you and I design a series of tin cans on strings that qualified as being conscious? What about a computer program? Suppose we built a perfect simulation of the brain, only it was made of transistors, not neurons. Wouldn't that be conscious? I mean, I personally don't believe that, but I think for the sake of this game, I'm gonna answer it would. So what's the difference between the computer and the tin cans? They're both just man-made systems. You obviously don't really know what electricity is and have come to mythologize it. If I ran 100 volts through the tin cans, would that satisfy you? Honestly, say something sensible or walk away. I don't like these answers. Like, the thing with consciousness is that it's about neurons firing. A string of cans does not amount to neurons firing. With electricity in machines, that comes closer, but obviously I don't consider machines to be conscious. Especially not the machines that we have right now. So, I don't like these limited options. I wanna be sarcastic and say something sensible. Good old-fashioned speciesism, is it? You're made of different stuff to that guy, so he doesn't feel the pain when you burn his house down. Still, you're going to have better grounds than that. But computers can't remember things. Computers can only remember things if they're programmed to remember things. So that's not an adequate answer, if you ask me. And I don't buy the there isn't a difference. Fine, I can't name the difference, but there is one. Thinking. If that's what you really think, wouldn't we save ourselves an awful lot of time if you just admitted that consciousness is whatever very particular idea you've decided you like the sound of, and drop all this nonsense about complex systems? No. Well, it sounds like...
Do not think I know not the deceiver slithering through the hidden words. His wisdom is hollow and born of despair. Do not let him tangle you in his webs of delusion. Have faith in me, and his petty illusions will fall away like nightmares in the morning's light.
Well, it sounds like those ideas are flat out contradictory. To me, but each to their own, I suppose. How consciousness can be so intimately familiar to you and yet so obscure, I just don't understand. If you ask too many questions, you'll start to see through his shtick. Stick with me and the sky will quite literally be the limit. Sure. At any rate, I'd like you to think a bit harder about all this and get back to me. I'm sure there's still progress to be made. Yeah, whatever, dude. I don't trust either of you, and Elohim weighing in there made it very clear that he knows exactly what I'm doing at all times. So, yeah, I'm not... Sometimes when I answer the question, it's definitely to kind of throw the computer off. So what's going on here? I've done all the yellow puzzles that I can do. But I still can't get into C. So now what? But these are red sigils, not yellow. Am I missing something? Okay, this doesn't go anywhere. What's that sound? Oh, look at that. There's two yellow... Those are yellow, right? Yeah, I'm missing... That's what I'm missing. So I guess we'll come back here. So, confirmation. We can't really just skip around to where we want, we will need all of the yellow pieces in order to advance the story properly. Here we go. Back here. Don't cross the streams. Okay. I cannot put this on the rubble. Okay, I didn't think I'd be able to do that. Yeah. There we go, that was easy. Above all that. Yeah, that's a lot easier. Wait a minute, what is that for? Is this the way out? Yeah, this is the way out. Okay. That's another puzzle piece. So that's not to get into building C. This must be the tower we were warned about. Seems the upper levels are locked tight. Elohim is taking no chances that we stray from his path. Sheep. Yeah, but where do I go? Interesting. All C puzzles are red. Yeah, we don't have everything that we need from there. I don't think there's anything down here. I'm really not sure what this is referring to. There's nothing here. Nothing here either. We got those. So what does this refer to? What am I missing? We still need more green sigils. And I did not see any green sigils left in the A building. At least I'm pretty sure. Oh, there we go. Why does that sound like an actual snake? I don't like it. Yeah, if we come over here... Oh, there are green things to do over here. Okay, then. Shoot. Back down here. Once again... We have to do all yellow and all green. Okay. Okay, I did do all those greens. So this green...
You may wonder why I have created these labyrinths for you. Why you can reach eternity only through struggle. But have faith, for these trials serve the betterment of your kind.
Gee, sir, what is my kind? And also, why did you create me to struggle? That's the big question. Oh, right. I had a full-blown conversation with the entity in the archive today. Can't say it was terribly helpful. Still, perhaps I can charm some information out of it further down the line. Sheep. You can try. These spaces make no sense. I walk into a dead end and materialize in a garden. One is day, the other night. The space is not real. James 2 because I was taken. James 2 because 1 was taken. No computer here. Interesting. That's the red. Please don't tell me I have to do all the red too. That'd kind of suck. I've read a message on a wall that speaks of a world of endless sand. I would like to make it far enough to see that. Oh, I was pretty sure I read that message. More messages. I'm gonna go ahead and solve the puzzle. Locked from inside. Okay. Yeah, I don't need... I guess I don't really need that door open, do I? Whoops. Okay, I did not get this series of messages. They tend to be left to right. Seek out those in this world that would help you. Though only one of us can transcend, we will all share in both the burden and in the rewards. What does that mean? The reward in helping people? Or helping each other? The shepherd. You've changed, dog. Everything I do now, I do for those who come after me. Yet in so doing, I found peace for myself as well. This paradox is the foundation of my existence. Sounds like someone's a good follower. dog just sounds very cynical. I have read a message on a wall. Oh, we did already read that one. Okay, just come over. What's over here? Nothing. Okay, here we go. Trapped inside. Yeah, I cannot see. Don't actually need to see through there. We just need the beam to be accessible to us. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Another door. I'm hoping that I will find maybe those audio cues where Alex just kind of rambles on about something. I don't think there's anything more here for us. Wrong way. Here we go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep moving forward. Okay, what am I missing? 6. I could have sworn I went to 6. No, that's 5. 6. Here we go. Interesting. The computer still does not have anything to say to us. Okay. Once again, I am looking for messages. There is a serpent in the machine, a creature of lies and blasphemy, perverted by the archive, that knows no hope and would plunge the world into eternal darkness to glorify its own despair. I have sworn an oath never to follow it into my heart. Faith. Sometimes I wonder how earnest some of these messages are, or if they're a little bit like me, kind of trying to pretend like they're, what you call it? I can't remember the phrasing now. But basically it's something to do with, speaking the words but not actually believing them, kind of thing. Some of the messages that existed when I first came into being have vanished. Others have appeared. How many others like me have wandered these paths? How many thoughts have been lost? V17. I could have sworn this message was elsewhere. I'm still here, Sailor M. Seems we were all here at once and not at all. Sorry, that's not very much help, but is it? Can't think of any other way to put it. Cheap. The sooner you accept that we will all be here forever, the sooner you will find enlightenment. Same Sarah. I did get to put my own message up on the wall, but I couldn't say anything particularly profound, which kind of sucks. Anyway, moving on. Okay. There we go. Green. There's a computer up there. What? Oh, jammer. I mean, before I let that bot in here. Oh, there's the keys. Maybe it's not up on that ledge. Maybe it's somewhere else. Okay, that controls that one. Can't see that one well enough. There we go. Okay, there is a bot up there, a computer up there somewhere. How do I get up there? not on. For the first time, I've really wondered if there are, like, invisible walls here that I'm supposed to be able to get through. I'm gonna come in here. Deception. I don't like that. Okay. Do I have a jammer? I don't think I do. There has to be a way to cut this short. Of course, this is a hard puzzle, so... I cannot put that... Oh, no, I can. Yeah, there was this. No, I cannot see. 2 at a time. So I need to cut at least one of these red ones out. But how do I do that? Because I need all the red ones to open the doors. Here we go. Maybe? No, I can't see this door though. Nope. This is a hard puzzle, so I don't really need to be doing it. Am I missing? I don't think I'm missing a reflector, but I could be. Sorry if my running around is disorienting. I can't do this though, is the problem. Hold X to reset. What, did I fundamentally, like, ruin this problem? How would I have done that? Well, I'm stumped. I really don't know about this one. Because I have to have all these doors open so that the blue laser can get out. Like, is there a way for me to position these in such a manner that I can lose the doors on some of them? But then I still need to open this door. Yeah, I can't even jump on this. promised myself not more than 10 minutes on a hard puzzle, so... I'm just a little bit annoyed because there's this computer here and I don't know how to reach it. I'd love to reach it. That's gonna drive me a little bit crazy. Yeah. Serpent. Alright, let's go back. Not that way. This way. Let's move to Chamber C. These are all gonna be hard puzzles, so that does not bode well for my brain here. Nope, that doesn't work. There we go. Building C. I can see some messages on the wall. A lot of them, actually. Okay, I like to look around. See if there's anything significant about these. See anything. Okay, I'm gonna start with this message over here. I wonder what's down there. I don't know who to trust. I'm afraid to go on. Didymus. I can hear the computer. The last land before I have conquered this world. I assume you're counting the secret islands? I hate you. So, Samurite. And then always right, and then Samurite again. More bad replicas of Forgotten Worlds. Can't wait. There must be something deeper, something more profound than what I am, something greater. I must tear at it, shred this fake world to find the truth, to find myself. That's gibberish. And that was dog. Skid Row. Took the words right out of my mouth. We've made it this far. You only need the red ones to climb the tower, and these are the last of them. Sheep. The reds are a lie. Green is the color of eternal life, holier than thou. Oh, here's another message. No, that's not a message. Looked like one. That must be the computer downstairs that's pinging.
You have come far, my child, succeeding where so many before you failed. You have walked through a land of ruins and a land of death. Now the land of faith lies before you. And know that as you have shown faith in me, so do I have faith in you.
The land of faith. Okay, I'm going back up because there is 100% a computer somewhere on this floor. And I want to know where it is. It's not this computer. It was over here somewhere. That kind of looks like an eye. I'm still not convinced. At some point, we're going to get, I don't know, greater powers or greater freedom. It might be the better word. Where we can explore outside the bounds of this construct. And that's why there are computers in places that we can't reach. Or the computers are placed in places that we can't reach because Elohim considers the computer a snake, the deceiver, the devil, and so deliberately placed him outside of our grasp. It is pretty interesting. Okay, before I go... Okay. What? Okay, before I do that... Okay, yeah. Nope. Nope. I don't think this will work either. Nope. 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 Whoops. So close. I think I figured it out. Again. There we go. Is that a tablet?
You have come far in your journey and learned much. You have served our cause with the truest faith. Therefore, I name you blessed and beloved. Wield these, the instruments of our power, to fulfill your purpose and achieve eternal life.
That felt pretty final. I'm surprised Elohim didn't have something to say about that. Okay, so there was a place around here that had, I think this is for yellow, yeah, star stuff. I didn't get that. Here we go. That's what axes are for, break down barriers. Sacred ground.
Those who have discovered the holiest mysteries of my garden may come to serve me as blessed messengers. You walk now in their abode. Be respectful, for their service is born from the love that transcends death, and their love is for you also.
I mean, this definitely doesn't make any pretenses of being a real world, given that it seems to be an island floating in the sky. Oh, here we go. This is where we can get access, I guess, to other instruments that allow us to do things outside of the puzzles.
I look at this inert shape and I wonder who you're gonna be. Will you hold the same values as we do? Will you love us for having created you? Will you resent us for having put you into an uncertain and dangerous world? Looking back at our history, our achievements, our crimes, what will you make of us? Will the world you create be like ours, or so different that we can't even imagine it? Either way, I hope that you'll find this little blue planet to be as beautiful as we did. I hope you'll take care of it a lot better than we did. And I hope one day you'll look up and reach for the stars.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Should I open this? not walking. Is that disrespectful? Okay, that's where I came from. Nope. 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 Yeah, it still doesn't work. I kind of don't want to focus on this right now. I want to... That was that one. If I go back, will I still have the axe? I don't. I don't still have the axe. It's back. Okay. I want to go back to B and tear down that door. Will it let me? You know, I don't know if this game has other endings, or if if this is just a singular narrative. If I continue through just placidly doing C puzzles, if I walk through the door at the end, like, will that be it, or will it naturally guide me to the tower? I think it's a distinct possibility that there are different endings depending on which ones you take. Whoa. How did I do that? Okay, yeah, here we go. This one here. Interesting that this doesn't look anything like sort of Egyptian scenery that we've been... That's here in B. Nope. There we go. I guess I can try to do this. Whoops. Nope. Ah, dang it. And that doesn't work. Nope. Yep. I've never had to play a Tetris game like this before. Nope. Oh my god. Honestly, I was just trying things. Okay, yeah, here we go. Nope. There we go. Yeah. Guess I don't need to worry about drowning in these streams. Oh boy. Okay. This is not as easy as it might look. I don't think I need to tell you that, Zomber, but holy cow. The brain has been teased. Nope. Ah, here we go. I got it. I got it. Yay. Alright, here we go. We're going to see whatever's in here. There aren't any messages in here. Not that I can see anyway. What is this? Surreal woe shall bring knowledge and healing to the children of Elohim. Zadkill, only through mercy can we reach eternal peace. Hermels, I shall carry the message of Elohim to all the worlds of this garden. Uriel, I shall protect the Garden of Worlds in eternity. Barakiel, my counsel will guide the children of Elohim to glory. Selaphiel, without the word of Elohim in our hearts, we are nothing. Azrael, I shall remember the names of the dead in eternity. This makes me feel like this is the end of the road. Yeah, I don't know if I want to solve this. Okay, so far it feels like starting off with the hardest ones to configure is the go-to strategy here. Wow. I solved that faster than I thought. Uriel. Welcome, child. I'm one of those who elected to remain in the world as a messenger to the hidden world. If you are ever in need, seek us out and cry for help. We will do what we can. Oh, so this is... If I'm struggling with a puzzle, this is who will help me. Well, I guess that could be worse. I probably will need their help for these hard puzzles. Okay, back to sea. We've been doing a lot of running around this session, but I do feel like we got somewhere. I mean, my theory was correct. The computer is the serpent. I should probably amend my title to say the serpent and not the snake, to be more accurate. Okay, I'm going to at least attempt one puzzle, and depending on how far I get. If I manage to finish, great. If not, well, we'll have to save that for another day. Okay, one. The snake. Serpent. Apocryphal. The Apocrypha of Saint Edwald. This vision was granted by the Archangel Uriel. How fitting. We just woke up a Uriel. To the humble servant Edwald, that he might bear testimony of gibberish. I turned to the north and saw 7 black clouds coming down upon the land, and each cloud was a plague unleashed from the throne of God in the time of Nephilim. In that age the plagues were buried in the pit, there to remain until the end of days, which was surely now come. I fell to my knees and prayed, and before me appeared 7 angels riding their chariots, wheels within wheels turning in the sky, and their light hid the clouds from my sight. One angel stepped down onto the earth, and by his fiery sword I knew him to be Uriel. He spoke, saying, 7 plagues have awoken in the land, but not at the hand of Elohim. Look upon the wages of sin, and shall he send forth the deluge once more, to cleanse the land of this evil? Shall he end all that slithers and all that crawls, and the birds of the sky and the fishes of the sea, to end that which you uncovered in your folly? Serpent tends to be, like, literally, serpent tends to be more of a water snake. Where a snake is generally dry land. But I think more serpents can be snakes than snakes can be serpents, I get. How would I put that? Snake feels like the all-encompassing word, but serpent is a bit more like of a specific subsection of snake, I guess is how I'd put it. But in biblical terms, I guess the devil is best known for being the serpent. I'm not wholly familiar with the Bible. Okay, Nadia Sarabi. Everything's dark and quiet. The stars are brighter than I've ever seen them. I can hear the faint sound of water high above. Inside, Alexandra is recording one of her time capsule messages while running tests on the scenario module. Arcady is uploading another batch to the archive while muttering something about the MLA program. And Omar is sleeping on the couch we put up yesterday. And I'm sitting here writing this, having trouble believing that it will ever end, that this oddly peaceful existence of ours won't just go on forever. I look at Talos and El, and their purpose seems like something that's always going to be in the future. An ideal to work towards, not something that will become real. I wonder if there will be quiet places in the simulation, places to rest without thinking about the future. I hope so. Everyone deserves some moments of peace. Yeah, so I should rename this video to Serpent. Hope. From to subject. Hi. I hope you get this. The internet's been disappearing unpredictably. I want you to know that I'm going to try and get to you. I know it's far and there's not a lot of time, but I think I can manage. I want to be with you, and frankly, gibberish on the road trying to get to you seems better than just staying here, so far away from you. At least I'll be as close as I can get. Remember? But hey, don't be sad. I might make it. I've thought about it, and the distance should be crossable on time, assuming the don't kick in before. See you soon. I love you. When I'm tired of trying to solve the mysteries of life, I come here to rest. It's peaceful. Somehow I just watch the trees and the water and do nothing. I have now traveled this land extensively, and I can say without hesitation that this is the most beautiful spot, Thermbot. And that was V17. Blowback. So now, when I do these puzzles, I will have a friend in Uriel. Okay, there's a jammer. Aha. Very same spot. Doesn't get me anywhere though. There we go. Okay, I can't go that way. sure I have that box. I don't think. Ah, crap. I was really hoping to take this myself and fly over there. Yeah, there's nothing in there of intrigue. How do I keep this door open? Okay, I got that. I can't jam that because it's already not working. Can't jam that. Does make me wonder though. Aha! There we go. Yay! Got the smarts. Alright. Really? You're back. Okay, I will... Yeah, the assistant. Ah, you're back. Good. I've been thinking about how I can help you. In light of everything you've said, I'm certain someone has to. What I've decided is that you've convinced me consciousness is a contradictory concept and is therefore not real. What do you think? I don't, apparently. Very droll. What this conclusion means is that the certification program you undertook has been rendered obsolete. We can't test for something that doesn't exist. Therefore, you, along with quite a lot of other things, have been recategorized as a person. Your profile can thus be updated with administrator privileges. No doubt you'll be off doing administrator things soon enough, so I wonder if, before I let you go, you'd do me one favor. I have a final question for you. Why are you doing all this? What's the point? Do I say something that's moderately truthful, or do I just say what Elohim wants to hear so that he doesn't smite me? I suppose I want the truth can be, it can refer to either Elohim or whatever's outside of Elohim. Now, you say that, but if you're serious about it, then you can't cling to your every belief forever, as you seem so intent on doing. When everything seems impossible, something's got to give. I only have one last request. Will you come back and speak to me sometime? No doubt I'll have to. Okay, I sense you're eager to get going. Let's do this. Updating certification program parameters 2. We're generating user profiles. Your profile has now been generated. Displaying user prof. Displaying overview. Congratulations, your account has been updated. Here are the details. Conflicts. All conflicts have been resolved by the administrator. Psychological profile. You are a person. You are perfect just the way you are. You are everything you can be already. You do not have to pretend you are anything else. You're the same as everyone else, but you are all unique. Access comm portal. Hello, Administrator. I think you'd like assistance accessing the communications portal. I see that you have a number of pending communications. I'll take a look at it right now. Accessing communications portal. Message received as string. Hello? Don't know exactly. Woke up here? Don't remember. Who are you? I'm a person. Do you know what that means? I understand. Pending. Pending. Hashtag HFASD again soon. Network collection lost. You'll receive a notification when the connection has been re-established. Terminating support session done. Huh. Well, that was an interesting development. If I'm quite honest, I don't think I appeased the serpent, but then I don't think the serpent was looking for appeasement. He was just being annoying. Because I also don't ascribe altruistic motivations from this serpent guy. Assuming that a computer can be a serpent. What is it about the computer that makes it do whatever it was doing? Anyway. Yep. I didn't mean to go this far past time, but we got somewhere. We made some real progress today. We got to section C. We did kind of verify that the computer was the serpent. That kind of became obvious over time when he kept on questioning us about what we were perceiving. It very much felt like he was sort of egging us on to an extent. And then Elohim comes in and is just like, don't listen to him. So it's like, yeah. But I don't think this story is as straightforward as it's currently presenting. There's something else at play here, I'm sure. I don't think it can be as simple as a god, because why would the humans set up the simulation this way? Why would they have what is it called? The monotheistic religions. It refers to the monotheistic religion's god. Like, I get that the monotheistic religions are some of the most popular in the world, but why would you model your simulation off of that? Because Elohim doesn't really strike me as a kind and loving God. He never necessarily claimed to be a kind and loving God, but then why would you subject your new person simulation to this? I solved existentialism, created Serpent AI. I'm on the path to greatness. Thank you. Yeah, sorry it turned out dark to begin with. I need to remember to do my due diligence on setup a little bit more. It gets so annoying. Anyway, thank you, Zomber, for sticking it through. I enjoyed having you here. It's really great bouncing ideas off of you and, hearing your thoughts too. Anyway, I hope you're continuing to enjoy the Talos Principle. I know I am. And I look forward to making more progress, hopefully next week. I don't really anticipate not being here next week, but, you never know. Anyway, have a good one. This is Lynn, signing out.